Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Call it a gain of a couple there as it'll leave him with a second and just 3. And the box that's highlighted is for Hearns on this offense.
Do you have your track shoes available? Because Allen Hearns is a guy to get you on your horse if you're trying to defend him. He can take anyone deep and win on any route.
Second down following the run. Now Bortles on the bootleg. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Scooby Wright not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
Yeah, an opening drive sack. Throwing his Bortles on third down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Frosty Rucker in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
This Cardinals pass rush in 2016 got home 48 times. That's a pretty good number.
A very good number. Led the league. Is it just because the dudes that they had, or the scheme, or both, or what?
It's always the dudes first, but their scheme, attacking, pressure, they'll continue to pile up the sacks.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Now, fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general. First carry now. This is Johnson looking for an opening. Not much there. He'll get it to the 39. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Let's look at this offense now, and let's talk about John Brown.
An exciting young talent from Pittsburgh State, home of the Gorillas. Hard to cover. Great moves in short areas.
Johnson again. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The numbers for Johnson in last week's game, he was creeping up toward 200 yards. Thought he was going to get there, didn't quite make it, but also 2 rushing touchdowns.
And even if he only got about half those numbers this week, his team would take it in a heartbeat, wouldn't they? Because last week, he was spectacular.
Play fake here on first down. And that'll be incomplete. And we take you through the starting defense for Jacksonville.
Jalen Ramsey was the 5th overall pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, and he more than lived up to the hype. Many people were wondering, was he a safety? Was he a cornerback? And most leaned towards safety. Instead, Jacksonville saw him as a cornerback, and he played terrifically. All-rookie team, one of the better young corners in the league in a short amount of time.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And this one complete to Jermaine Gresham. Touchdown, Cardinals! Jermaine Gresham, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Golden. He won't go down, and they will score. It's a pick 6. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Now Dawson for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars getting set to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Let's meet the starters on the defensive side of the football for Arizona.
And let's talk about Robert Kimdichie, their first-round pick out of Mississippi. I still remember him coming out of high school. An absolute terror, maybe the best high school prospect in the nation. People look to see if his motor is going to run high all the time, because when it does, he is something else.
Again, it's Fournette. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now Bortles. And that's complete to Lewis. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.